Hi coloring friends! Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm so happy you stopped by to check the channel out. Today I am going to be sharing the finished and started pages that I have for December. Unfortunately, like I thought in my hopefuls video, I was a bit ambitious for the month, especially for the month of December. And while I did my best and enjoyed a lot of coloring, I did have a few things that I didn't complete or books that I didn't get to altogether, which unfortunately there's just never enough time to color. So let me start here with the one I did in Coloring Heaven, Cutesy Christmas Special. This was the issue they came out with last Christmas. And this is the page that I did one box a day as my advent coloring for the month. So here is the finished all together product, and I had so much fun working on this page all month. It was a lot of fun to sit down and have just a tiny picture to color and finish all in one sitting. So there were a lot of other ones I had that were not one sitting coloring, so this gave me a little bit of accomplishment each day and forced me to sit down and work on this. Um, Not forced, because I enjoy doing it very much, but just sometimes when you're very busy, it's easy to push this by the wayside, and this gave me some accountability to make sure that I actually did sit down and work on it. So that was my first one from Coloring Heaven's Cutesy Christmas Special, and that was a lot of fun. If you want to see each day's coloring of that, I do have videos for each day on my channel. Now another one I have on the channel that I worked on in a video, this was my Coloring Outside the Book episode 2, where I colored a Christmas card, and this was the Christmas card that I worked on. I liked how it turned out too. I like there's some sparkle on the gumdrops to make them look sugary. And yeah, that was fun to do. So that was that one. Then, staying within the videos that I made, I have a New Year's Eve. I did a 5 coloring New Year's resolutions, and this is the picture that I colored in that. It is the Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays and Special Occasions by Hannah Lynn. And I worked on this New Year's girl right here. And I love how she turned out. I do kind of wish I had gone, she's pretty glitzy. I kind of wish that I had done a little bit of makeup for her, but I can always go back and do that later. But otherwise, I really like how she turned out, and that was a nice, fun, relaxing way to spend New Year's Eve and thinking about my coloring in the new year. So that was her. She is from the Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays by Hannah Lynn. All right, and then we're moving into books that I had in my hopefuls video, but that I did not create any specific videos on. So this is the Christmas Mandalas coloring book done by Marty Noble. And I worked on this mandala here. Now, I had a lot of fun doing this one. I did branch out and use some different mediums. I did alcohol markers. There's some gel pen in here. And I used just glue that I brushed on and then added some glitter for the snow. Hopefully that's showing the glitter in the camera. And then I also did, for the snowflakes, I just used a white paint pen. So I was very happy with how that turned out. That was a lot of fun to do. And that was in the Christmas Mandalas coloring book by Marty Noble. Then I have this Christmas Color by Number by George Tufexis. And boy, let me tell you, that was way more of a an undertaking than I thought it was going to be. I thought color by number, easy schmeezy, that's relaxing coloring, and it was fun to do. But boy, his light gray lines and then the tiny light gray numbers that he has on his pages really make it a challenge. I mean, it's not as easy as the thicker line color by numbers for sure. I love how it turned out. I love the bold colors. It was so fun to do, fun to use such a variety of colors. And I did this with my Starjoy colored pencils, just the original set, not the gold. But I'm telling you, to read those little gray numbers that he has in here, to tell the difference between a 6 and an 8 sometimes, and I know I don't have the best eyesight, I could probably use some glasses at this point, but I actually had to get out my camera and zoom in on the numbers in a few places just to tell what the number was. So it was a challenge, but it was a lot of fun and it really resulted in a beautiful picture. So fun to do, but boy, I may need a little break before I tackle another one of his. So that is the Christmas color by number put out by Creative Haven, and the artist is George Tufexis. Then I have one that I did in the Mystery Mosaics color by number. And this is a Belba family coloring book. And I try to do at least one a month of these just because they're fun and relaxing. And I use the cross stitch methods so they don't, or the X methods, so they don't take too terribly long to do. And it was this girl here. She's very glamorous, sitting by the beach, it looks like. And it took me, I don't want to say how long, to realize that this was a dog down here. Uh, yeah, because I looked at it for so long and tried to figure out why there were these two black X's here. And then it finally dawned on me that that is a white dog sitting there. So, yeah, but that was a fun one to do. Also, I like the colors in it. I like how it turned out. So, that was Mystery Mosaics, Woman by Belba Family. Then I worked on, this was another one in my Coloring Hopefuls for the month, Mary Engelbright's Color Me Christmas. This is the first page I had ever colored in this book, so that was fun. And I worked on this page right here. And I kind of wanted to just sit down and color with some gel pens. I didn't want it to be too complicated. And I did it later in the month, and I was kind of, actually, I finished it on Christmas Day, but I was kind of over coloring with Christmas colors. So I went with a little less traditional Christmas, more of a pastel, and I like how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty. It was fun and easy to do. So that was from Mary Engelbright's Color Me Christmas. And now we get into the WIPs that I created, and sadly, I would have loved to finish them, and I just ran out of time for the month. So, in Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlzon, this was a new book for me. I had gotten it in November, and I started this page here. And I just saw these as little ornaments in the sky, and the fairies were just, sprinkling Christmas everywhere. And I got a little bit done, but it is far from finished. I have big plans for it in my mind, but that's as far as I got for now. So I will get back to it, but for now, that's where we are with this one in Tales of the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlzon. Then I also started, this was another one from my Coloring Hopefuls video, and I really feel bad that I didn't get it finished because it's not even one of her big pages. It is just the nameplate page, and I couldn't even get that finished. But I did get it started. I like how it's coming along. I might even still finish this one up this month just because there's not too much more to it, but I love the way it's turning out so far. I like the way the holly leaves look and the Christmas tree. yeah, so I'm happy with how it's coming. I just ran out of time. And that is Johanna Basford's Johanna's Christmas. Then I attempted to tackle, this was a big one. This is from the Adult Christmas Fun by Kimberly Hawthorne, and it is grayscale pages, like very, very, very grayscale pages. And I've never tried that before. And I started it. I started working on the big Santa's bag of toys here. And I don't know. I was not thrilled with how the colored pencils were laying down on the page. They look like really waxy. I don't know if that picks up in the camera, but it looks a bit waxy in person. I was kind of disappointed. And I even asked my daughter, do you think it'd be cheating if I just got out alcohol markers and finished the rest of it with alcohol marker right over the grayscale? Because I've done that before. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep attempting the colored pencil with it or just switch to alcohol marker. But it is hard to do. I mean, it's kind of fun because you can see where your shading needs to be, but the shading is so dark already that your colors just get lost in it a little bit. It's definitely a big challenge for me. So I will keep working on it. I'm not going to just let it sit forever. I'd like to finish it. It's such a cute page, and I can just see this bear looking so fuzzy and cool when he's colored. But I just did not have the time to keep messing with it. And I was kind of disappointed. I don't know if I was looking in the wrong place, but in the back here, it says that they have videos on how to color. And I checked their website and I did not see the videos. So I was a little disappointed about that, but I don't know. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right place. So I will keep searching. Maybe I'll just search YouTube for how people colored these for some tips. Because there's actually some good ones that would be good just for winter. I mean, that would be a great winter one to color. It does have a Christmas tree in the middle, but I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to tackle it, keep tackling it and learn it better, but yeah, so that was Christmas Fun Grayscale Coloring by Kimberly Hawthorne. And that is the last book that I have to share for the month. Sadly, I did attempt to complete the owl picture that I discussed that was a WIP from November, and I am so close to being finished with it that I didn't want to share it. I'd rather just finish up that little bit I have left and then share the whole picture, hopefully in my January finished pages. So stay tuned for that. It is coming. I'm still working on it. Uh, but thank you so much for watching and checking out what I finished and worked on in December. And uh, keep your eye out. I have a hopefuls video coming up for January. I've got some big plans for January. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.